Hello everyone, my name is Xander and welcome to another Star Citizen video. So we have the Blockade Runner event happening from September 17th to the 30th. And so before going on the website details, we're just going to talk about the gameplay and what to expect in this event. Like you could see here, they're pulling the cargo out of the spindle. It looks like they were pulling it out of maybe a hull C or out of a station. I'm not too sure, but you could see them transferring it from the Mercury Star Runner, and you're delivering Zeta Promenade to your own freight elevator in your hangar. So that looks like a hull C actually. I just picked it up there, but we're gonna go over my own gameplay as well that I've captured. But basically, the event's all just going after Zeta Promenade and fighting off the outlaws. And I don't know if they're called Nine Tails or what now. They're just calling them outlaws. They used to be Nine Tails, but anyways, we'll go over my gameplay. And first off, you're just gonna go to your contracts manager and then go look for priority, and you're gonna look for the CDF alert mission, and it would be Everest Harbor blockade runners needed. I'm not sure if it's anywhere else besides Everest Harbor, but yeah, just look for the CDF alert mission under the priority tab, and that's how you get yourself started. And then afterwards you'll get a marker, so it'll give you a bunch of different locations where to pick up the Zeta Promenade, and it'll also give you the marker where to deliver it. So in this case, we're delivering it at Everest Harbor, but it could be different. It could be at like say in ArcCorp, it could be in Bikini Point, or in Microtech, it could be in Port Tressler. I'm trying to remember all the other ports, but you know, it would be similar if anything. And if you're going to be cargo running, just prepare for enemy ships combating them, because if you're, say, flying a Mercury Star Runner or any cargo ship on your own, it's going to be a little tough fighting them off. I mean, you can, but if you have a buddy with you or an org mate or any help to help you crew the cargo ship, they'll be pretty helpful to fight them off. But once you fight them off and you go to the Zeta Promenade marker, you'll get another unknown marker, and I guess they'll be mostly in any ship. I mean, for me, I haven't seen them in any other ship besides the Cutlass Black, but you see there when I zoomed in, I knew that was the Zeta Promenade. And another thing to keep in mind is that these Zeta Promenades are in different sizes. So I brought a multi-tool, but if you only have a multi-tool, you won't be able to pick up 32 SCU Zeta Promenade because it's not strong enough. Or you know, there's a lot of debate on the multi-tool getting nerfed because of the ATLS, but you know, it is what it is. But I would bring a max lift rifle beam to help carry heavier boxes. You may need an ATLS for the 32 SCU boxes. I'm not too sure if the rifle beam picks it up. It's like you see there in that footage on the left. That's a 32, I think that's a 32 SCU box, but I wasn't able to pick it up with my multi-tool. So yeah, you'll get different Zeta Promenade boxes in various sizes, and then you pretty much want to bring it back to the station, whatever destination it tells you to go to. So for me, it's Everest Harbor. And when you go back, if you can't call the hangar, it's because you still gotta fight off the outlaws. So you gotta clear the hordes that are, you know, swarming in waves and fight them off. So that's another thing. And if you're doing this event solo, especially as a cargo runner, that's also something to keep note of. You're gonna have to fight off waves of enemies. And yeah, pretty much once you fight them off, then you can call the hangar and it'll give you a gateway. It'll be granted. And then that's when you go into your own hangar and you're pretty much offloading the cargo onto the freight elevator. And yeah, I don't know if you could use an ATLS, like definitely not in space, but I mean, you could use an ATLS to move the 32 SCU box, because those will help. I'm just not too sure about the max lift rifle beam, if that picks it up and moves it around. But yeah, once you land, you just pretty much load everything onto the freight elevator and then just snap it on the cargo grid, and you can go to the freight manager beside the freight elevator and just turn it in. It'll even mention like that it's for the CDF alert contract. But yeah, that's just the gist of the event pretty much. Like seeing my gameplay, like you can do cargo running, or you can help the cargo runners and be a fighter escort. That's actually really helpful because you're basically taking the heat off of them so they can grab all the boxes while you know, you're fighting off the enemies with your fighters. But yeah, you can see there, freight manager, just bring it down, and then there's the contract order, and it even tells you like how many SCUs you brought, and then you just confirm, and boom, you just I guess that counts towards the global event, and you'll see the SCU count go up on the top right there for how many cargo boxes have turned in. Alright, so now that we covered what to expect in the Blockade Runner event, we're just going to go over the website details, and it's, you know, basically lore and what's happening with the event. So we're just going to go over it, and it says, Big trouble in Stanton, the CDF needs you. Ruthless criminal factions are raiding low-orbit stations across the system, interrupting the supply chain and intercepting vast quantities of the critical resource Zeta Promenade. It's a grim scene, but that's where you come in. The CDF, local militias, security forces, and even rival outlaws are gonna need to step up to break the enemy blockade. Take these stations back and secure any stolen resources. Oh, and the cherry on top, Zeta Promenade deteriorates at a rapid rate. So, that is something to note. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but the Zeta Promenade does deteriorate, and you know, it's not like in Xenothreat event where those one size or one SCU boxes, those crates have a timer on it and it's like 20 minutes. I didn't see any timer on these boxes since like the whole cargo update and different boxes. So yeah, there is a timer on it, but I don't know, I just didn't see it on the box physically, but that's something to note. You gotta bring it back fast to the station. So it says, adding a race against the clock to an already tense situation, your skills behind the stick are going to be put to the test. But we know you're up for it. The system is counting on you. Alright, and again, it is running from September 17th through the 30th, so players will get a chance to join the CDF in attempting to break outlaw blockades and liberate low-orbit stations across the system. Alternatively, if you're not too fond of the so-called authorities, wow, you'll have a chance to pocket some credits through less lawful means. I don't even know, what does that even mean? If you're a criminal, do you get to side with the bad guys? I'm wondering. I kind of wish this event had in-game rewards as well. Like we just had Xenothreat and the whole token event. And they gave us like Xenothreat armor. I wish they would do something similar in this event, but it is what it is. So under missions, it says CDF alert, a hostile fleet of ships equipped with quantum jammers have created a blockade around local orbit stations, destroyed defensive turrets, and stolen a large supply of Zeta Promenade. In response, the CDF has received authorization to activate its volunteer force. While local security are investigating the incursion, they've tracked the stolen to several locations, so CDF volunteers are tasked with heading to these locations, recovering the stolen Zeta Promenade and transferring it back to the station before the material completely degrades and is no longer viable. So we just got to get the Promenade and bring it back to the station. And we got a screenshot there, and that looks like a Cutlass Black, just like in my gameplay. So going down, then it says, out of the frying pan, hostiles have created a blockade in an attempt to recover the Zeta Promenade and put down the CDF's initiative. So this is the station, so that proves my point. They're all around, so the mission will probably be at Seraphim as well. and Bikini Point and all those different ports in orbit of planets. But yeah, if you want to deliver the cargo, again, just make sure to clear the blockade, and then they'll grant access to your hangar. So it says, time is of the essence, fight your way through the blockade and return to Zeta Promenade before the material completely degrades and is no longer viable. We're counting on you. So they're really nailing that down. But yeah, guys, that is the Blockade Runner event. You know, make sure you guys are well equipped. Again, make sure you have the rifle beam, the max rifle beam instead of the multi-tool. Even in an ATLS, but make sure you don't walk that out in space, otherwise you're stuck because it doesn't operate in space or EVA. But yeah, that is the Blockade mission. Thanks very much for checking out the video, guys. I hope it helped and gave you details on the event, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.